Ever find yourself doing something you wish you wouldn't? Maybe it's snacking late at night, procrastinating, or spending too much time on social media? We all have our own set of bad habits that we'd love to kick to the curb. These habits can be as innocent as biting your nails or as damaging as smoking. But no matter how big or small, these habits can be detrimental to our mental and physical health, and they can waste our precious time and energy. These habits often become so ingrained in our daily routines that we hardly notice them. They stealthily creep into our lives, often as a response to stress or boredom, and before we know it, they've taken control. They become automatic responses, a part of our identity, something we do without even thinking. But here's the good news. We're not helpless against these bad habits. We're not doomed to be their slaves forever. We have the power to change, to break free from these habits and replace them with healthier alternatives. And no, it's not going to be easy. It's going to require effort, time, and a lot of perseverance. But don't worry, breaking bad habits is not impossible. It just requires some strategy and perseverance. The first step to breaking a bad habit is understanding why it exists in the first place. You see, bad habits are not just random acts of self-sabotage. They often arise as a response to something else in our lives, like stress or boredom. It's like picking up a bag of chips when you're not really hungry, but simply because you're feeling a little blue. Or maybe it's scrolling through social media late into the night when you should be sleeping. These are habits that serve a purpose, even if it's not a healthy one. So how do we get to the root of our bad habits? Well, recognizing the underlying causes is a good start. Are you reaching for that bag of chips because you're actually hungry? Or is it a form of comfort eating? Is the late-night social media binge a way to escape from the worries of the day? Once we start asking these questions, we can begin to understand our habits better. Now here's a practical tip. Keep a habit journal. Every time you catch yourself indulging in your bad habit, jot it down. Write down what you were doing, how you were feeling, and what triggered the habit. This will help you identify patterns and understand the why behind your bad habit. By understanding your bad habits, you can start to develop strategies to change them. Remember, this journey is not about self-blame, but about self-awareness. And with self-awareness comes the power to change. It's difficult to simply eliminate a bad habit because they serve a purpose in our lives. So instead of trying to stop doing something, try to replace it. Let's dive into the concept of replacing bad habits with healthier behaviors. The idea here is not to completely eliminate the habit, but to swap it with something that serves the same purpose, but in a healthier way. Imagine you have the habit of reaching for a sugary snack when you're feeling stressed. Rather than trying to stop snacking altogether, which could lead to even more stress, you could replace the sugary snack with a healthier option, like a piece of fruit. In this way, you're still addressing your stress, but in a healthier manner. Now, how about strategies to make this replacement easier? One effective way is to choose substitutes for your bad habits. If you're trying to quit smoking, for example, consider using nicotine gum or patches. By substituting the cigarette with a less harmful option, you're not just quitting a bad habit, you're actively replacing it with a better one. Another strategy is to eliminate triggers. If you tend to snack while watching TV, consider doing a different activity that keeps your hands busy, like knitting or drawing. By changing your environment and eliminating the trigger, you make it easier to break the cycle of the bad habit. Lastly, consider changing your environment. If you want to replace your habit of hitting the snooze button with getting up early to exercise, try sleeping in your workout clothes or placing your alarm clock across the room. This alters your environment in a way that encourages the new habit. Remember, it's crucial to understand that bad habits serve a purpose in our lives, whether it's to relieve stress or ward off boredom. Instead of trying to completely eliminate these habits, we should aim to replace them with healthier behaviors that serve the same purpose. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate the bad habit, but to replace it with something better. Breaking bad habits isn't a one-time deal. It requires time, effort, and perseverance. Just like climbing a mountain, the journey can be long and challenging, but the view from the top is worth every step. When it comes to breaking bad habits, perseverance is key. It's about pushing forward, even when the going gets tough. It's about refusing to give up, even when you stumble. Remember, setbacks are not failures. They are merely part of the process, stepping stones on your path to success. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. And while perseverance is crucial, another equally important factor in breaking bad habits is support. You don't have to face this journey alone. Reach out to friends, to family, To those who care about you, share your struggles and your victories. Their encouragement can be the fuel that keeps your determination burning bright. Perhaps consider joining a support group. Here you'll find others who are also on their journey to break bad habits. They understand your struggles, share your victories, and lend an empathetic ear when the going gets tough. As the saying goes, a burden shared is a burden halved. And finally, as you embark on this journey, remember to celebrate your small victories. Every step you take, every habit you break, is a victory in itself. These small victories are the building blocks of your success, and each one is worth celebrating. Remember, breaking a habit is a journey, not a destination. Celebrate your small victories along the way. Breaking bad habits is not easy, but with understanding, replacement, perseverance, and support, it is certainly possible. We've journeyed through this transformative process together today, dissecting the complex nature of our habits, both good and bad. We've learned that understanding our habits is the first step towards change. We've seen how replacing a bad habit with a healthier alternative can redirect our energy into something positive. We also discussed the importance of perseverance. Change doesn't come overnight, and it requires consistent effort. However, with every small victory, we get closer to our goal. And let's not forget, support plays a crucial role in overcoming our bad habits. Whether it's a friend, family member, or a supportive community, we don't have to face these challenges alone. Remember, we all have the capacity for change. It's never easy, but it's always worth it. Have you ever successfully broken a bad habit? What worked for you? Share your experiences in the comments below. We can all learn from each other's successes and challenges.